Hey, social media friends. Today, let's talk about my hair. I did not mean for the color to come out the way it did, but I'm okay. I'm just having to deal with whatever it is that I have going on, which is the color of my hair. But this is not why I came on live. I've come to talk about, on this video, I have come to talk about a recent incident that happened at McDonald's. For those who know about the story, I guess you're just catching on or just hearing my side. I felt compelled to talk about it. And for those who don't know, there was a recent incident where an McDonald's employee killed her McDonald's manager, who is also an employee of McDonald's. Basically, they're teammates. What I thought about was, of course, I don't condone what this girl did. But what I was thinking about was when people are hired at a job, we all have responsibilities and you have to be held accountable for what you do. Usually, when you're a manager, your expectations, your responsibilities are way higher than the ones for an employee who's not in a managerial position. Therefore, you might see a lot of employees, they tend to think that the manager is too bossy or, showing favoritism. But what we all have to remember is when you're employed, it's not your business. It's not your job. I mean, you don't own that business, so you're expected to do things. A manager might have to make tough decisions, such as, I think from what I was hearing, this girl was sent home. Those are some things that might happen. But also at the same time, let's look at what needs to be done by a corporation, at a business, from both perspectives. Some people have mental health challenges, and yes, I'm outside, so you're gonna hear a lot of noise, like cars passing by. But some people have a lot of like mental health challenges, and I feel like businesses, corporations should offer mental health services. I know they might email and say, hey, we have mental health services available for you, but I feel like it needs to be more of a check in on people, like maybe every quarter. Hey, we're checking in. Are you having any concerns? Do you have any needs? Again, it's not just focused on mental health. Is there anything that's bothering you at home, at work? What can we do to make it better? And it can possibly decrease or minimize the risk of an employee getting mad at a manager, and maybe end up doing something so drastic, something so horrible such as taking away somebody's life. With that being said, some managers become managers maybe sometimes based off seniority, maybe based off, they just show good work ethic. So they might get the position, and some people just come off as a leader, as a manager, because that's what they went to school for, like some type of managerial education background. However, it is totally different when you're dealing with people. So it's important for a business, a corporation, to offer leadership classes on a monthly basis. They have to meet with the leaders and educate them, give them examples, show them videos of what would you do in a situation like this, or how to talk to employees, or if you have an employee that's becoming very concerning, you need to maybe send them somewhere to get help, or send them to the manager above you. But they need to have these classes, because just being a manager is not enough. Some people, like I say, they became managers because of their seniority, like how long they've been there, or they've just exemplified good managerial skills, but sometimes these people that are choosing them don't actually know how they are. To help and avoid situations like that, I honestly think they need leadership classes every time. Maybe they already do it, but that's just something that was on my mind. And it's also important. Yes, you give people chances, but sometimes you might have to let people, if you realize somebody's a problem at a business, it might be better to either, like I say, send them to get help, ask them if they need help, maybe let them go. Maybe give them time off so they can get their things together. At the end of the day, we are all responsible for our actions. It is also important that when you know something is wrong, also try to seek out help on your own without having to have somebody push you. So I don't know what you guys think. It was just a thought. And may the lady's soul rest in peace.